I'll just show you the answers. The back side I'll do with you. So just correct it as we go. The sum of exterior angles, I know I fixed it already, my bad. In a polygon is always 360 degrees. So that's one mark. A regular polygon must meet the following conditions. All sides are the same, congruent, whatever you, right? All sides have to be equal, and all angles have to measure the same. So those are the two requirements for regular polygons. If the interior angle of a polygon is 130, then the exterior angle at that vertex, at that corner, is 50, because they add up to 180, right? That's the idea. So 50 is the answer there. Two angles are on the same side of the transversal. They're not touching each other. One is interior, the other one is exterior. They're called corresponding. I don't know if that makes sense, right? One is outside, one is inside on the same side of the transversal. They're not touching, because if I had these two, then it wouldn't be, right? So corresponding, or here, right? So that's what that was. Which of the following would indicate that lines connected by transversal are parallel? Vertically opposite, you cannot use that one. Straight angles, you cannot use that one. Sum of interior angles at triangle, also no parallel lines yet in question. Alternate interior, now we're getting close. Are supplementary, that is false, because they would have to be congruent. It's the last option that does it. The fact that consecutive interior angles would be adding up to 180, that is the right answer there. Okay. So we have 5 marks for the first part here. Let's keep going. Consider the following polygon depicted on the right. So this one here. It says indicate and label one interior angle, not angles, with eye. So if you show me that there's an eye, you get half a mark for that step. And then I'll give you a mark for calculating the interior angle, which is 135 degrees. Don't forget your units. If you forget your units, you already know the drill. I would put a U next to it, and then that's half a mark deduction. Label one exterior and calculate it. So if you just clearly label where the exterior angle goes and you calculate it, you get 1.5. Yeah. 135. Yes. Is that what everybody was raising their hands for? Minus half for Mr. Dirksen on this one. Yeah. Yeah. See, that's why you want to show your work, though. You'd only lose half a mark in this case, because I can clearly tell you know what you're doing. Label it. So labeling half and then the actual number 1. So you could have picked which one. Okay. Maybe I should say this one, if you know the interior, this one always works, whether it's regular or irregular. If you are given an interior angle, you can find the exterior using this property. Okay. Label one central angle. So just make sure you have a pizza slice like that with a C in there. That's half a mark, and then 1 mark. That is also 45. Yeah, I got it. That's 45. So you get a mark for the calculation, half a mark for where it is. The number of diagonals, 20. Use the formula n minus 3 times n divided by 2. This one is divided by 2. Don't mix that up. Some students divide this by n because they're used to this formula here. Not in this case. It's always divided by 2. That should be a bonus, right? Draw them now on this. Sketch them all. The polygon depicted above is called an octagon. So you get half a mark for that because n is equal to 8. So 11 marks for this page. Hopefully, if you had your study sheet filled in, this should have gone all right. Okay? And if you know how to actually use your calculator, unlike me, you actually got everything right without a 35 instead of a 45. Okay, so by this statement, I fixed it already. It's basically saying only use every property once. So for this question, you shouldn't be having 2 CIAs, 2 whatever, okay? So let me start with, I'm going to start with A. And I noticed that these 2 lines are parallel, that is important. And I see that if I travel along this transversal and hit the other parallel line. That's kind of what you want to see, the Z there. Okay, A is the same as 41. So that's a good start. 41 degrees, and you say alternate interior angles are congruent. Okay, 1 mark, half and half, right? So B, yeah, I'll do that next. Given that this is 41, I can use sum of triangle to find B. Let's do that next. And obviously, if you did it a different way, that is fine. So I'm going to go minus 36 minus 41. And let's see if I got this one right. 103. This is in my books is good enough. I would prefer you actually saying like what is it that you used, but I think this is enough. This justifies enough. So that's 103 there. And then number 3, which is C, this one right here, I'm going to use straight angle here. They're touching, right? So you might as well. 180 minus 36, that's 144. Straight angle is equal to 180. So this is 144. Almost there, almost there. D, I don't know if you struggled with that one. I would have probably struggled with that one. I don't know if you saw it. I was hoping you were going to see it, but if I start here, travel along this transversal, and then hit the parallel there. Oh wait, that doesn't work, does it? I think yes, it does. Now I see it. Sorry, at first, this one here and this one here, right? They're alternate exterior. So if you knew that this is 144, you can actually use it right there, both on the outside of the parallel lines, on the opposite side of the transversal, right? So 144, alternate exterior angles are congruent. So that's number 4. Yes? For A, you did sum of triangle. So you probably didn't start with A then, right? You started elsewhere. Today I'm just going to say, if you have the same numbers as me, you have the same numbers as me, then just go check everything. Yeah, check mark. You probably started, I don't know, I'm trying to guess here. I'm not sure, but yeah, there's other ways of doing this. And so if you started elsewhere, you will have a different justification. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. So let's just put it this way: if the numbers match, you get the full marks, and if they should all be different. Mr. Dixon, what happens if I repeat it? Let's just do 1/2 mark deduction once for repeats. That's it. No more than that. Okay? So if you use the same one the whole time all along, just 1/2 mark deduction. That's it. Okay? Next, solve for x. What are these? They're corresponding, and they're parallel lines there, so we know that these are the same. So 6x is equal to 5x plus 10. Okay? Let's take away the 5x's from both sides. X is equal to 10. That's it. This one was a nice, short and sweet solving for x. Hence, only 1 mark. Okay. Next, these were right in your homework, folks. So I would say this: if you struggle with a particular one, have it on your study sheet. I am not going to tell you what not to put on there as long as you make it yourself. I'm going to start with x. I'm going to use a straight angle there. So 180 minus 135. This time, hopefully I get it right. It's 45, right? 45 degrees, straight angle. Y, right here. I'm going to do that next. It works out. Alternate interior, right? Because there are parallel lines there. So that's 75. Alternate interior angles are congruent. W. So again, one transversal at a time, right? So the parallels kind of like run parallel and then use other ones to travel. I'm going to focus on this transversal. This one here and this one here are CIAs, right? CIs are both inside. So I can find W that way. I'm going to go 180 minus X. So that's 180 minus 45. That's 135. Did you use alternate interior, anybody? Yes, you're good. Yes, you're good. So we're not going to sweat it today. If you just use something and the number matches, we're good to go. I'm just going to go CIAs, right, are equal to 180. So alternate interior, because technically if you need to extend this parallel line, right, this one is alternate interior to this one. So the 135, 135. So it should verify what you're doing. Yeah. Oh. I'm going to fix it this way. Sorry, guys. So this, yeah, thank you. W. It's not even Monday or Friday. I'm messing up big time. Sorry about that. Yeah, sorry, W, as I was trying to say, W is 135. I apologize for that. So be careful. I'm showing you what not to do, right? Z. This one was, I don't know if you thought this one, it's alternate, you think, right? It's alternate, all right, but it's not. This one is on the outside, this one is on the inside, so you can't use alternate interior nor exterior. So the only way I found a way around by going, if y is 75, then this is 105. Right? Because these are right next to each other. This is 75. So then I use corresponding. So it's 105 due to corresponding angles being congruent. So that's what I mean. If you ever get stuck and I didn't provide an angle there for you, like a letter, you feel free to fill that in, do the work on here, and then just use the justification to move forward from there. So 4, 4, and 1, that's 9 for this page. Again, I'm not going to sweat it today. If you think you got 7, 7.5, 6.5, like it doesn't matter to me. You round up if you want, okay? You round up if that makes you feel better. You round up. It's not a big deal right now. It's like the learning process, right? You had to do it by yourself, and now we checked it, and you immediately know where you're at. Not tomorrow, not 2 days from now. You know today. Okay? Each 1 mark. So 9 for the back. And all of these ones here are each worth 1 mark. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there were 5 marks associated with the first couple of questions, fill in the blank type. For everybody or just yours? Okay.